You're listening to the John and Heidi Show. Now, featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
Sunny 93.3. Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday. It's the bonus hour right now with Mr. Dan Farris. How you doing, man?
Hey, fantastic. Heidi, John, how are you guys?
Amazing.
Doing all right. A big shout out to the Sunshine Girl this morning. You know who you are. And also a huge big day today. And Heidi, I don't know if you were or if your daughter Taylor was, but it happens to be National Girl Scout Day.
I was almost a Girl Scout.
I was not
Day
a Girl Scout.
was not. Okay, my daughter Sadie was. I picked her up after the third meeting. I think there were 24 girls in that group. She got in the car and said, "Well, I'm never going back there." I said, what's the problem? I'm just never going back there. What's the problem, honey? Talk to Dad. I don't like any of those girls. So there's like 23 girls in there. You don't like any of them. Nope. And she never did go back.
No kidding. See, my mother was a Girl Scout, whatever you call it, where you're in charge of the girls. My sister was a Girl Scout.
A troop leader.
Troop leader.
There you go. So the girls would hang out at our house. And they're all like about my age, so I'd hang out with them.
What, 45?
Yeah, no. Well, they are now. Yeah,
A little weird, John.
this was in the 80s. They were much younger.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So when I say I was almost a Girl Scout, I was closer to a Girl Scout than I was a Boy Scout. I never got to join the Boy Scouts.
Girl Scouts, in case you didn't know, founded in 1912 down in Savannah, Georgia.
Yeah.
And these days they kick out about a little over 200 million boxes of cookies.
You gotta love their
stateside
cookies.
You know what I think is almost kind of a sad thing? The folks at the fine company Walmart have ripped off the Girl Scouts. You can get a generic, a great value version, and it's the same.
They're really good.
It's the same recipe.
Called free market capitalism,
That's
John.
right.
I understand that, and I even asked, I was like, why would they have done this? And they're like, well, because those cookies are only available 1 week out of the entire
That's
year.
kind of true.
So now you can get them all the time. I'm like, but shouldn't they be
Keebler
getting
also
something
makes them.
for it?
All of those cookies. Keebler does too.
Keebler does too. See, everybody's in on.
Oh, John, if
stealing, money out of the
everything were
Girl Scout cookie
fair,
jar.
we'd have a drum circle, start singing Kumbaya, and that always ends in bullets.
Oh, that's actually coming up here. We've got the Kumbaya hour next hour right here on Sunday.
Man, oh man, feel the burn.
Oh boy! Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour on Sunny 93.3.
You're listening to the John and Heidi Show. Now, featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Excuse me, haven't I seen you on the MTV?
On Sunny 93.3.
Sunny 93.3. Time now for Manly Man doing manly things in a manly fashion.
Manly man are we. And it wasn't until I came across this little tip that it occurred to me when I was in high school, Neil A. Armstrong High School, home of the Fighting Falcons. We had a huge archery range out behind the school. We actually, gym class.
Oh yeah,
That's awesome.
You did archery.
Yeah.
That's got to be a lost art for most of the schools. But yeah, here's the deal. Learn how to use a bow and arrow.
Yeah.
Learn how to shoot that. I can remember standing out there.
My little nephew
Yeah.
actually takes archery lessons, and I guess he's really,
That's a big
really
deal.
good.
I think there's a organization, I want to say Yankton, that's a pretty big deal, like some kind of national thing.
Yeah,
it's
and they do
turned into.
tournaments. And
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what he's in, and he's really, really good.
My
Yeah, but
wife over here used to work with a young lady who's like one of the nation's best female archery. Casey, what's Casey's last name now? Dixon.
Yep.
And she's from the Sioux Falls area. She's got a national sponsor. She's amazing. Casey, if you're listening, hello. How you doing?
Yeah, there you go. It's, as a weapon, it's portable, it's versatile, it can be super affordable. You can even make your own if you want to.
I was wondering if you needed to get a silencer for those. But, it turns out you don't. They're silent already.
You do not.
So yeah, this can open up a whole new world. Wow, I haven't thought about that in years. We go for gym class.
Yeah.
Here are 20, 30 guys, and it's like, who gave Joey Snetzinger a bow and arrow? He's insane.
You know
Yet
what
there
we
we were.
used to do? Every time I tell the story, nobody believes me, but we used to play this game.
Can we put this on the air?
Yes.
You just get
At
way
school,
too comfortable sometimes.
No. At school, they would take us from all of the fifth grade classes or whatever grade we happened to be at the time into the library. And our school nurse was in there. And there would be all of these little teeth cut out of construction paper on a board that had like different prizes on it. And it was called Dental Dart. I'm not even kidding. And they would pick one of the kids from the classroom. I'm not kidding. blindfold the kid, spin the kid around, point him towards the board, and say, throw the dart.
Nice. Nice. I would be that kind of teacher.
Sounds like a game show.
And they would win the prize
tonight
with
on
the
Fox.
Dart head.
Pointy
And we
stuff
even
and
had
messed up
a
kids.
song that we sang
How
while
did
they
the
were
song go?
spinning the kid in a circle.
Can you sing the song, Heidi?
It was brush away tooth decay, up and down, brush away tooth decay, up and down, brush away. And they spin this kid and
lob the dart.
Throw the dart.
Did they at least make sure there are no kids over in that general vicinity? Hopefully.
These are your property tax dollars at work.
There's no way you could get something like that passed down it. The school nurse like, here's what I want
to do. You got a plan. Never said it was a good plan. All right, this has been Manly Men doing manly things in a manly fashion on Sunny 93.3.
You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris
You heard it on your Walkman radio?
on Sunny 93.3.
Sunny 93.3. Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Mr. Dan Farris. Time now for water cooler talk, brought to you by Aqua One.
Well, I think everything is settled down at USD in the law school.
Beach day thing.
Yeah, it turned into Beach Day. For a number of years, it was Hawaiian Day, and I guess it was put in place to just have kind of a blowout because, it's cold, it's windy, and winter's almost over, and let's get our yayas out. And somebody apparently wrote a letter.
Yayas
get their yayas out. And apparently someone wrote a letter about that's cultural appropriation, blah, blah, blah. And then other people got involved, and administrators got involved. It's like, okay, well, can you maybe not call it that? And don't hand out leis, which apparently was a deal. You can wear leis, but don't hand them out. So I don't know if the lei fairy comes in and puts one on you when you're sleeping or
No,
what.
I think they probably just lay them all over, and then you pick up the lei.
But the great part about this is a mucky muck off the islands out of Hawaii, a congressman, I don't know who the guy was, laughed at the whole thing.
Yeah.
Said, you know what?
Rightfully so.
What are you doing? We don't care.
Yeah.
We don't care.
So would this person who thought that they needed to change this name, would they not drink Hawaiian Punch? Would that need to be changed?
I have
to
no
Beach
idea.
Punch?
Can you
order Hawaiian pizza? Now it's beach pizza.
The whole thing, man. I don't know what's happened to my country.
People are offended very easily.
Yep.
That's what happened. So.
I'll tell you what.
It didn't happen overnight. It creeped in very
yeah,
slowly.
I won't watch Magnum PI reruns anymore.
Because that darn Hawaiian shirt that he wears.
I won't. And I got to tell you what. I was no slouch in a coconut bra, but now, not so sure I should be wearing that to church.
It's a church. And I don't even want to see you in a coconut bra anymore. So there you go.
Says you.
Exactly. All right. This has been Water Cooler Talk. We've got something else coming up called Entertainment News of the Day. That's on the way. Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris right here on a Tuesday.
You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris
What is that thing you're doing?
It's technical. It's one of our little toys.
on Sunny 93.3.
Sunny 93.3. Time now for Entertainment News of the Day with Mr. Dan Farris.
I love this story. It's got everything.
Oh, good.
I'm excited.
And I think it's a celebrity, and it's kind of George H.W. Bush,
Yeah.
passed away recently,
Yeah.
President of the United States. And part of what got the spotlight during that week-long memoriam was his service dog, Sully.
Oh, yeah.
Remember the yellow lab?
Yeah.
Sully, some great photos by the casket and everything else. Sully's got a new gig.
Oh, what's Sully up
Sully's got a new job.
to? Really?
Sully is now an official member of your United States Navy.
No kidding.
Yep, employed at Walter Reed National Military Medical Center right outside Washington.
Nice.
Sully had a swearing-in ceremony the other day.
Did he put his paw on a Bible?
He did. He did. I mean, he's all sworn. He's got a little uniform and stuff.
Awesome.
It is pretty cool. Yep, and according to Navy spokesman at Bethesda, Maryland, and I quote here, looking directly at Sully, Your appointment as a petty officer in the United States Navy makes you heir to a long and proud tradition of naval leadership.
That's awesome.
Congratulations.
That's really cool.
Sully's now rocking a vest representing the medical center's dog team. So
I love that.
I think that's really cool. So I'm going to have to look online and see the photos of that. I'd like to see what his little uniform looks like. So.
Yeah, and Sully, in case you don't know if that rings a bell, kind of course, the dog named after Chelsea, Sully Sullenberger, the pilot who safely landed that U.S. Airways flight in New York's Hudson River years ago. Nice. Movie about that and everything else. So
it's a great movie.
Yeah, so pretty cool thread through this whole story. So
I think that's
thanks
really
for your
cool.
service, Sully. We appreciate that.
Absolutely. And both Sullys, thank you for your service.
Yeah, and if you are a military vet and looking for service dog, whatever, right here in our community, Sioux Falls, get a hold of our friend Gail Dickerson at Big Paws Canine Foundation. They do amazing, amazing work along these lines we just talked about. So.
And they had their first evening. They've got a fundraiser they're doing on Thursday nights. The first one was last Thursday.
Right.
They've got another one coming up this Thursday. So if you're looking for something to do, all of the information on that at facebook.com/sunnyradio. This has been Entertainment News of the Day. Dan, thank you, sir.
My pleasure, guys. Thanks for having me.
And we've got Tuesdays with Charlie coming up right here on Sunny 93.3.
You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now with an extra hour of fun, featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris on Sunny 93.3.